Let's go.
Hello and welcome to another Woodshop podcast with Mike Coffey of Coffee Custom Builds, Daniel Dunlap of Daniel Dunlap Woodworks, and Peter Kapar of Petrie's Workshop. You can find us all as well as the podcast on Instagram and YouTube.
Welcome to episode 48 of another Woodshop podcast, proudly made in Kentucky along with the best bourbon and super soakers.
Good one. I was trying to figure out I thought it was either going to be a Keith joke or a Kentucky joke, and you nailed it.
No, we don't mention Keith. Keith is fired.
Yeah, Keith's been fired. He's been let go. That is 100% an inside joke that no one will ever get. This week's episode is brought to you by MIRKA. Big thank you to MIRKA for sponsoring the show. We really appreciate them. They've got some killer sanders that we love, and
best sanders on the planet.
Oh yeah, they are really, really killer sanders, like legit, really good sanders. So big thank you to them for sponsoring the show. If you are interested in a sander, you should definitely reach out to Macbeth and check out what options they have, because they carry everything, or Rusty can at least get you everything there. So check out MIRKA, give them some love on Instagram, check out their website, hit them up. Pete, what you got?
Well, you should also hit up our patrons. No, please don't. No, don't leave them alone.
Don't hit them up.
Don't hit them up. But big shout out to our patrons. Every week they help us bring the show and, provide you with quality pre-show and during show and post-show content and behind the scenes. So we, huge shout out to our patrons. You really, you help us do what we do. And I'm so thankful. So very thankful. And Mike, I believe we have some new people joining the Kielbasa Army.
Yeah, that's right. The Kielbasa posse has increased by 4 this week.
Whoa, that's stout.
That's very thick. Ryan Werlow, Trevor. Wait. I think we've read Trevor Asklund. I'm pretty sure
say it again.
One benefit of being a patron, you may get your name read twice.
Right.
He has to sign up Friday.
Yeah, actually, all these are from Friday last week, so who knows? Trevor Asklund, Braden Lord, and Aaron from Engrained Wood. Big thank you to all of our patrons. You guys are truly amazing. We really appreciate you. Yes, golf clap.
Fun fact.
So
Aaron from Engrained Wood is local to me.
I've got another fun fact. He's the first question this week. Is that the same guy?
What?
Yes.
He definitely changed the order on me.
That was very
Worlds
fun.
collide. Yeah, so I mean, what's on my bench?
Mike, what about you?
Oh, that was a quick reversal of roles. I was going to throw it to Dan like I always do,
but
I'll go. Yeah, but don't, because you've already established who's going first, and that's me. This week, I've been working on 2 coffee tables. A lot of epoxy work this week, like a lot. It was just, I really love walnut. I think we all kind of love walnut a bit, but man, does that stuff get a lot of stress, fractures, and cracking in it. And I put almost a quart of epoxy into that walnut book matched coffee table I'm doing for my wife and I. So,
and just to be clear, you're not making a river table. You're just filling cracks.
No, I'm not making a river table. No.
Did this silicone hold, by the way? Because you did
100%.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Yeah, there was no leaks. I had failures with the I had some failures with the Tyvek tape, but I had 0 failures with the silicone. I knew that wouldn't fail. I've used that before. Tuck tape, or the exterior tape stuff, Tyvek and tuck tape, I have issues here and there. Sometimes that stuff just doesn't work. Sometimes the epoxy will get warm and the adhesive will get loose. So anyway, I'm just really excited to be done. I've got to spray this redwood slab. I sprayed 2 coats on it earlier today with my new sprayer. Oh man, that thing is ridiculously nice. It is so dope. I can't wait to get the technique down with that, because it pumps out so much product with like literally 0 overspray.
You have to run full speed to apply it. Clearly,
no, you really want to move like an inch a second, but it really just pumps, like it coats so evenly and nice. Like there's none of that orange peel action you get sometimes with some other brands. Anyway, really excited about that. Really excited to deliver this coffee table tomorrow, and then Sunday I'm going to knock out the other coffee table, and then I've got a dining table, and I picked up the material today for the bench. That bench I built a couple months ago. I'm building another one. I'm in a very accelerated schedule for that. I've got to get that thing done in 3 weeks. So luckily I've got all the design down because I did one already. I got the templates all cut still. They're there from the other, what is going on here? My stupid Siri just picked up everything I was saying. Excuse me, saying. Hopefully I just set off everyone else's too. Sorry, coughing. Mike coughing. So no, yeah, I'm just excited to get those coffee tables out of the shop and get going on the next projects. Not that I'm not having fun with the current ones. It's just nice to move on. It always feels good to finish a project. Everyone knows that. So I'm excited to get going on these next ones. It's going to be cool. I don't know. Pete, what you got going on?
We're really messing with the flow. Dan doesn't know what to do. He's so angry right now. He didn't go first.
I don't know what's going on.
He doesn't even know
which
show he's on. It could be any of the 3 podcasts he's on.
How many voices are you holding up? No. All right. So it was actually kind of a busy week for me. I got the second dose of the vaccine. Vaccine's so good. Everyone's going for seconds. It's my little pitch for it. No, but I got my
Fauci's the OnlyFans.
We're bringing Keith back. Pete is out.
Pete's out. Keith said.
I got vaccinated yesterday, and it laid me out. I started getting body aches and a low fever at like 9 p.m., which is normal because your body's just fighting it. And I've been basically a mess until today. And but I kept fighting through it. I've been working afternoons this week, so I've been trying to get work during the day. I got a lot of orders out. I threw one new thing up on Etsy, and I'm working on a bunch of new 3D prints, all shop related. Maybe something coming up, ironically, with our sponsor, something MIRKA related, but we'll see.
You're making a sander. That's cool.
I'm making my own sander. No, not even close.
The PERKA.
The Polish MIRKA. Anyways, no, it just it
was fun working with MIRKA while it lasted.
That was great. Yeah. Now I'm working on a little adapter. I'm super excited for it. So I'm throwing up stuff on Etsy, trying to keep that going. I've been trying to do at least one new item a month, just to try to keep that page a little busy. And it's all stuff that I'm constantly producing. I see some. I mean, Mike, you've had your Etsy for what, like 4 months, and I feel like
a year and a half.
But like, all right. So let me rephrase the question.
Very close.
You've had your Etsy be actually used and utilized and busy for the last 4 months. Yeah. And I feel like you're throwing up a new product every couple of weeks, like every 2 weeks. There's something new up there.
Yeah, you got to keep it fresh.
Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly what it is. And I'm just trying to keep that
legit. I'm designing beard combs right now to do on my CNC.
Attaboy. Yeah, I mean, why not? Throw some fun.
Why not?
If it sells one a week, awesome.
Dan thinks it's stupid. I think it's brilliant.
Well, it's because he doesn't know what a beard is.
I don't understand beards.
You're just upset because you signed a prenup and you didn't read it. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta get into that.
Yeah. Also, I did something and I'm kind of ashamed to admit it. I bought plywood on Amazon a few weeks ago. Never thought I'd be buying. Yeah, right. That's what I thought too. No, it's 3 millimeter plywood. It's very thin. It's for all you Americans out there, that's 0.115 millimeter inches. So
you couldn't even do it. Nice fail.
I can't do it. English is hard
for all you Americans.
So yeah, I got this plywood and it's really nice.
All right, boy, I got a chip in my throat.
On. You okay? It cuts really nice on the laser though.
That's just
boy, do I have a chip in my throat.
Stop it. But yeah, so I've been messing around with that. It cuts super clean. Actually, Mike, I'll send you the link for this stuff because it cuts so clean. There's barely any charring on the outside, and it engraves really nice, and it cuts so nicely. I'm probably gonna just use that almost exclusively for a lot of my thinner stock that I have to cut.
You said it was 3 millimeter.
It's 3 millimeter, so it's like it's
the 16th.
0.115. I don't even know what this
115 is just.
Yeah, everybody do the maths.
An eighth.
But it's great.
It's an eighth.
And I don't really talk to you guys about this a lot because my projects aren't as exciting. They're usually not as big as what you guys are working on, but I have a lot of inquiries right now. Those of you watching the video, there's a lot of Post-its laying around. All of those are a job that I'm working on, or
I thought those
somebody.
were all passwords.
Oh no, I don't. I work in IT. I don't put passwords on Post-its. You savage. But Dan, you looked at your computer all guilty. Is yours covered in passwords?
I'm not saying.
It is. It is. So yeah, I have a lot of inquiries for everything from I'm doing CNC signs with some epoxy. I'm doing laser stuff, custom 3D prints, all this stuff. Actually, I printed this really large part for John over at Anui Artisans for his CNC. He's got one of those like my coffee style CNCs, except he's got a vacuum bed. Yeah.
It's nice.
So yeah, it's been a busy week. It's gonna be a busy weekend. Now, what about you, Dan?
Nothing.
Okay, cool. Let's move on.
Right on.
I finished the walnut coffee bar. I delivered that to my client. They were crazy.
Did you see that coffee equipment? Ugh.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. I would have put a Mr. Coffee on there just to troll people.
So
a Keurig.
These comedians are clearly referencing my Reddit post. I posted the coffee bar on Reddit and it did really well. And then like 25% of the comments were trashing my client's coffee equipment. Like, just tell me about the woodworking. It's great that you don't like the coffee.
It's unreal.
Anyway, so I got that finished up. It looked great. I love the way it came out. I would love to make a couple more of those. So if you want one, hit me up.
Heyo.
I also made an Oregon shaped cutting board. Thanks to Mike for supplying the template for that, because
I basically made it.
My CNC won't arrive until April now, apparently.
Total.
It was just walnut cutting board, and I threw a slice of mahogany in it and just kind of put it in an angle.
Hit me up for them templates, girl.
Yeah, until April. Then hit me up.
And then hit me up again.
We'll see how fast it gets assembled, Dan.
So I did that, and I'm also starting the big ridiculous bookcase, which is gonna.
Oh, finally.
Yes, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys because I'm pretty sure my clients don't listen to this. That project is intimidating to me. It's super intimidating, and when I get intimidated, like I kind of drag a little bit on starting the project. Because, you don't want to screw up right out of the gate, right? And it's going to consist.
I'd rather screw up out of the gate than at the end.
I mean, that's true, I guess. I don't want to screw up at all. Let's be real. I don't screw up. I'm Daniel Dunlap.
I drive a Chevy Silverado. Daniel Francisco Dunlap.
But I started doing that. I'm going to have to do a lot of repetitive glue ups. It's going to take a lot of time. Just doing a lot of glue ups. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to check out my Instagram page and see what I'm talking about. Plug.
Always be closing.
Anyway, let's see what else. I took some more commissions this week. It looks like I'll be doing a few larger projects. I'm not going to get into them just yet. To be continued. And I'll probably start another commission that I booked a couple weeks ago. It's going to be a couple of Murphy doors. They're like bookcase doors, like hidden doors, and a cabinet set for like a bar and a basement. It's all one client, so I'm going to make him 2 Murphy doors, a bar, some upper cabinets, a floating desk, and I'm going to trim out his whole basement with trim. So
trim, you say?
Trimming with trim.
Trimming with trim. That's my life currently.
Nope.
Am I the last to go? Usually I pass it to somebody. I don't know what to do now. What do we do now?
I mean,
questions.
I actually did a couple things I forgot to mention.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes, please go.
I wanted to mention this real quick on the show. If you have like a cloud, so if you're having trouble like managing projects, if you have a lot of projects going on, and what I did this week is I use iCloud. It can be the same for Google Drive or whatever, Dropbox, whatever. I started putting all of my client builds into different folders in there, And I actually made myself a bid sheet this week. I always try to say, like, you want to make your quotes as quick as humanly possible. So you want to be accurate, but you want to be quick as possible so that you're not married to them, or you don't get emotionally attached to that bid, because you're probably going to lose the job, or there's a good chance you cannot get the job. So I made myself a bid sheet, and I really like it. And I started putting all my everything to do with the project. So I have customer folder. Inside that customer folder, I have project folders, because I'm lately getting multiple projects from the same customers. I know Dan deals with that a lot. So for me, I'm putting all the projects in that customer's folder, and all the pictures they've sent me. And I'm even like grabbing the emails and putting them in that folder as well, so I can quickly access them. Because you can just drop and drag emails into like iCloud. I'm sure you can do it with other cloud services too. So anyway, yeah, that's something I did this week, and I'm really glad I put together the bid sheet, because it's really helping me. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm bidding so many things that I can't remember everything. I'm getting jobs confused, or just completely forgetting to get back to people. So now I'm using a combination of my bid sheet, my project management folder, and an organization app I use called Things. And between those three, I'm feeling I'm putting systems in place, and systems are really important for me. For some people can operate without them, but I can't operate without them. I get too scatterbrained. The administrative stuff has to be really organized for it to work for me. I can't work off my memory at all. It just doesn't work out. I end up forgetting. So anyway, that's something I did this week. If anyone's got more questions, they can reach out to me. So
that bid sheet is cool. Could you change the logo on it for me? I've used it a few times. People have asked me
questions from
who is Coffee Custom Builds. So if you could change the logo on there for me, that'd be great.
I'll put Keith Tree's Workshop. On that bid sheet, like, definitely never. A customer will literally never see that bid sheet. That has a lot of like information that they'll only hear about the bottom line.
Like, got it.
It has all my overhead, everything calculated into that.
There's a category for hours. Customer attractiveness, which modifies the price.
Likeliness to trick into a Ponzi scheme. There's a lot of stuff in there I can't. No. So anyway, just some stuff I did this week. I was really happy with it. It felt really good. I feel like it's going to help me out a lot. So you guys want to jump into questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Please.
All right. This first question is from Aaron. He is with Engrained in Wood. Is that correct? Nailed it. Dan's neighbor.
Hey guys, Aaron with Engrained in Wood, just up the road from Dan there. First time listener, long time caller. Question about grounding your dust collection piping. I'm running a big 2-horse dust collector and 4-inch PVC pipe through the whole shop. And I'm not getting shocked or anything, but I've read some people saying that you need to ground your dust collector piping if you're using PVC, otherwise you're going to blow your shop up. Just kind of curious what your guys' thoughts are. I know what mine are, but just kind of would like to get some other people's opinions. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Dan, answer your neighbor's question.
If you literally search that on the internet, all you're going to find is people saying that can happen. You will not find any actual instances of that happening. It's never happened. I don't know where people get this from.
Unlike wood movement, that's real.
I will cut you. Yeah, I mean, it's not a problem. I have PVC in my shop, and I don't have it grounded, and I'm not dead yet. So that's my answer. Mike,
I think there's no reason for anyone else to answer. I mean, I grounded. When I had my metal piping, I grounded it because it's metal and it's so easy to ground. So I wouldn't deal with getting shocked. But like, I have PVC now. It just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, just wrap some copper.
Yeah, just do it.
do it.
I mean, you got to put it in the line. You're not supposed to put it on the outside, according to these people. You're supposed to put it on the inside. So it seems to me like having something inside the line is going to build up more friction. But if you run it out and ground it and stuff, it just doesn't.
I'm going to challenge our listeners to find an actual like documentation of this happening and send it to us.
And I guarantee you, it was like a 15 horsepower dust collection system.
Oh yeah,
where the friction is unbelievable. Like
nothing like what
4,
we're dealing with in our
5.
shops.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. This next question is from Jake Miller.
Hey guys, it's Jake with ASI Shop Life and a sweet idea on Instagram. Just calling in with a question about shipping products. A lot of the pieces that I build are larger dog crates and barn doors, and we've had a ton of people asking over the last few months about shipping barn doors. Just wondering if you guys had any experience with shipping larger items like that. We shipped a couple dog crates last year, like right at the beginning of COVID. And it was kind of a pain just because of COVID. But just wondering if you had any feedback, whether you guys ship anything large like that, or how you guys go about doing it. Thanks.
Dan?
I've never shipped a larger item like that, but from everything that I understand, check out ShipNerd or pirateship.com. That would be the way to go. That's.
I don't think you'd want to ship a large item with Pirate Ship because they're USPS.
Yeah.
Are they USPS only?
They're good for smaller stuff.
See, I don't know anything. Pete or Mike.
ShipNerd, I don't think is going to be good for.
I'm going to toss it to Keith.
One. Keith? Oh, you're gone. Okay. ShipNerd, I think, isn't really good for big items like that either. I think you're getting into like freight territory. So you kind of want to. Pete will have more information. I think he's dealt with a freight broker before.
Yeah, so that's exactly what you might need is a freight broker. But you can ship large items. You can do it on both those platforms. Pirate Ship specializes in small stuff, so they're not really your go-to for larger items. ShipNerd will do it, but I don't think they really handle that as well. Ironically, of all things, you may want to check out Etsy shipping because they have all the brands, all the shipping brands, and they might give you a good deal on it because I've seen some larger items on there that have reasonable shipping. So I don't know if they're going through Etsy or they have another source, but I know for even for cutting boards, Etsy's got like the best deals.
He's saying dog kennel things, isn't that what he said?
Yeah, but dog kennel, I'm thinking
those are big items.
2 by maybe 4 feet. And I don't know how big
you got to crate that.
But if you got to crate that, you can go straight to don't go straight to the Dominion Freight, all those big companies. Go to a freight broker. I'm blanking on a name, but just look up their websites that basically is, I think, like U-Ships.
Freightbroker.com.
Sure. Just search freight
Dominion,
broker.
They do freight and voting machines, right?
Oh God, too soon, Dan. Anyways, but yeah, look up freight brokers because they can negotiate the price. Like Dominion told me for Dan's lathe that he shipped to me, that's now Pete's lathe. They wanted over $1,000, and the broker got it to me for $400. So but that's still pricey. But you got to work that into the price if the customer really wants it.
It's still pricey, but you got to have.
And I know for a fact Jake's driving 6 hours. I think round trip. I want to say, but who knows if it's just one way or round trip. He's driving 6 hours. Jake is driving 6 hours to drop off those barn doors.
Jake who?
Miller.
The person who's asking the question.
I thought you were referencing Jake Vance. I was trying to.
No.
Never mind.
Jake's got nothing to do with this.
I don't know.
Whatever. Oh, they made him feel all special. He's going to think he's like hot poop because he was mentioned on a podcast. Whatever. Jake Miller is driving like a long way. And dude, that's your time. That's gas. That's everything. If the customer is willing to pay for the shipping, they should be. That's it. That's all I got.
Neat. Very helpful. Thank you. This next question is from Josh the Dad.
Hey guys, it's Jay the D. Yep, Josh.
Don't know what happened.
The Dad, one of the big IG coming at you with hard words today. I can't even send you a question because for the last 30 minutes, I've been trying to record a single question, but the words are hard or my phone rings or somebody walks in my office door and it just screws up. And you know what? It's taken me 10 minutes just to record this little message. So I'm just going to send you this. Everybody out there, boys and girls, children of all ages, when you feel like life's getting you down, don't fret. Keep your head up. Keep pushing forward because you need to work hard. You need to do your best. But more importantly, you need to have fun. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I hope you have a great future. Take care, and we'll talk to you next week.
Some nice words, Josh. Thanks, man.
I'm sorry, you said he had a
question. I don't know. Yeah, there's a clerical error.
Dan?
There's no periods in the thing. I thought.
Thanks for calling in, Josh. That was very.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Josh. That's good words, man. Everyone needs to hear that every once in a while. People are always going through different things, and you never know what people are going through too. So keep that in mind when you're interacting with someone. Someone, might just make a joke about you in a chat room, and you just blow off the handle on them on an email.
You're beating a dead horse.
Don't know. So
you fired, Keith. Just let it go.
Anyway, next question is from Kevin Hemphill, and we're definitely not going to go into detail on this.
Hey guys, Kevin from Lefty's Woodshop here. I know with 2021, people are setting goals. I've wondering if you have set like a sales goal for yourself this year. I set one for myself, just trying to raise the bar and drum up more business and try new things. And while we're on the topic, what's a good program that you guys run your invoices out of? Anyway, enjoy the show. Love you guys. Love you a long time. Talk to you soon. Bye.
I love you too, Kevin. I'll go first on this one.
But can I just cut you off? I don't even know why he bothers doing his finances. We own all of his money.
I know. Well, we need him to get it straight before he hands us the money over. We don't want to have any weird anomalies. No,
Zachary.
Goals. I definitely have a lot of goals this year. There are definitely sales goals. I'm not going to go into like dollar amounts, but I'm currently on pace with, I want to have $5 in sales this year, and I think I'm gonna get it. No, I'm trying to have 2 commissions going at a time right now, and I've had that since the first of the year, so I'm currently on track for that. So and that's, I want to have 2 commissions, plus I want to have I was gonna run a sale the other day on my Etsy store, and I'm like, I literally can't do this right now, I will die. So like I can't like run a sale and have a bunch of sales on there right now. So 2 commissions at once is really hard with my day job, but I'm pushing myself on purpose. I have some goals. Some of those goals are sales goals, but I'm really taking everything from Coffee Custom Builds this year, and we are paying off. We have a couple of items of debt. One's a student loan, and one's an improvement we had on our house. I want them both paid off by June. So I want those paid off because I have other goals for the year that I'm really trying to accomplish, and I'm not going to really go into those either. But for invoicing, my CPA recently put me on QuickBooks, the QuickBooks Online. I think I pay $30 a month for it. It's a little pricey, but holy cow, is it nice. The invoicing is super clean. I won't have to organize anything next year for taxes for 2021. He literally has direct access to everything. Like it is so, at the end of the year, for 2020 taxes, I'm going to one weekend spend an entire weekend organizing all my tax stuff. I won't have to do that next month or next year, and I will happily pay $30 times 12 to not have to deal with that for 2021. So QuickBooks is great. I've used Square in the past. They are a free point of sale thing. You can generate invoices in there. They were really great, but they had no accounting built into it. So this is all, I'm kind of locked in now with the QuickBooks thing. So I'm really happy with that. But Square is a great option because you can order one of their little like pay terminals where people can slide their card or pay with their mobile wallet. I think that was like $19. I still have it. Shoot, I'll sell it to someone if they want it. Or I'll give it to someone if they want it. But I don't need it anymore. But you can get it for dirt cheap from Square. I literally bought it last year because I had 4 craft fairs lined up for the year. And then the pandemic.
Just remember those? Those are great.
Yeah, remember craft fairs? That was cool when we could be near people. And then one we've used for the podcast, and I've used before as well because it was the only option. And that's what the customer wanted was PayPal. You can invoice through PayPal. So sorry if I answered your guys' questions, Pete.
No, I think you brought up a good point of like you had some goals that you were trying to hit. Like it's hard to hit like a financial number. Like don't set a goal like
$780,000.
If you want, like then $1 million this year. I want to hit it every single year. But it's good to set a goal, like a realistic goal. Like I want to pay off this debt. I want to buy this tool by this date. I want to replace my, like for a while I was joking around with Emma, like I want to replace my mortgage or our mortgage, like with our monthly, whatever, like my monthly income. I wanted to cover that. And then I started thinking like, well, no, realistically, what I really want to do is double my current income. That's my long-term goal. Is like, I want this to double what I'm making at my regular job, because then I could be like, okay, I quit. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm making good money. I can support us and then some. So that's my personal goals. I want to first replace my income, meaning doubling it, and then double that. So that's mine. Dan?
Word.
I don't have any numerical goals, but I do want to go full time with this. That's a huge goal of mine this year. I think I might be on track for it. We'll see what happens. The year is early.
I mean, I know you're joking, but you do still do a lot of photography.
I do a bit of photography. Yeah, that's mostly autopilot at this point. It's all like, I have a huge client base there. I'm very fortunate in that regard. So I get a lot of word of mouth traffic. I got 2 wedding inquiries today for 2021, and it was just all word of mouth. I don't advertise my photography anymore at all. People just see me at other weddings. So I think one of the clients was, hey, I was a bridesmaid at this wedding a couple years ago, and you were great. So are you open? I'm like, Kayla, answer this.
Photography.
Other goals, the goal every year is to grow, right? To get a little better, make a little bit more money, pay off this debt, add this tool to your shop, get a bigger shop. That's a kind of a goal this year. I don't know if I'll achieve that, but I'm at a point now where I kind of need a bigger shop. I think we talked about this last week. So that's a goal this year. We'll see what happens. If I don't make it, I don't make it. But as far as invoicing goes, I use Square. I really like it. They actually just released a separate invoicing app called Square Invoices.
Yeah, that invoices. Yep.
It works great. So I've been using that.
Yeah, it works great.
And I have it set up to where it says Daniel Dunlap Photography / Daniel Dunlap Woodworks, and I let everybody know this is going to come in. I'm the same guy. It's just easier to manage if it all comes from one place. So that's what I use. That's it.
Yeah, I did want to say I also have the goal to get a new shop, and I also have the goal this year to upgrade my CNC. I know, which seems crazy, but I do have the goal to upgrade my CNC because I want to get kind of like the last CNC I'm going to need for a while. I mean, on the surface, it looks like I have that, but I really have hit some limitations on it already with the 3 horsepower spindle. And there's some things I just want to upgrade. I kind of,
that's going to happen as you grow.
Yep.
Yeah. The thing is just a moneymaker, and it's just, that's what it's all scaling. My business is scaling and I need to keep up with it. I mean, businesses fail when they don't scale. You can put that on shirts. And then the other thing is I want to get another laser, a bigger laser. I've mentioned these things, but, and then a shop, and I want to move. I want to move really bad. I want to move out of California. I want to move to property. So,
I also want to move out of California.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. No, me and Mike actually are like very on track with the same goals right now. Like his are just slightly bigger. I'm scaling to his level, bigger shop, bigger CNC, bigger laser potentially, but he's going like bonkers, which is good.
Yeah.
Gotta grow the business.
I mean, I can make it happen. I have the opportunity to make it happen, and I want to just I want to hit the ground running hard when I go full time with woodworking, like hard, like so. This next question is from Sam Zook.
Hang on.
What?
We're 4
what? We're slamming through. You're right.
Yeah.
We need Dan. Dan, do your giveaway, homie.
My giveaway.
Yeah.
I mean, you called that. You're like, I call the shots. I choose the giveaway code phrase. Everyone go shout out Dan for an extra entry.
Daniel Dunlap presents Daniel Dunlap Weekly Giveaway by Daniel Dunlap. Brought to you in part by Daniel Dunlap.
A Daniel Dunlap experience.
First of all, I want to thank Macbeth Hardwood for sponsoring our giveaway every week.
Sponsoring my giveaway.
Last week, we gave away a walrus. God, I hate that word.
Walrus?
Well, hold on. Rusty, make every week be walrus oil products.
Last week, we gave away walrus oil. See, like, the problem is, I know that I'm going to screw up the word, so I, like, think about saying it properly, and it just makes it worse. It's like
next week, it's a tape measure.
Loop. I can say measure. Last week, we gave away a walrus oil furniture, package, a furniture butter, furniture wax, furniture finish. It was a $76 value, and that winner was Adam Brady. Congratulations, Adam. I already sent out the email to Adam. He'll be getting his prize very soon.
Congratulations.
Because Rusty is on top of it when it comes to sending those out. This week, we are giving away, thanks to Macbeth Hardwood, a tight bond package. That is much easier to say. It is going to include a 16 ounce of tight bond 1, tight bond 2, tight bond 3, the no run drip glue, melamine glue, dark glue, high glue, plus an 8 ounce quick and thick, and a glue brush. That's a lot of glue. $60 value. And code phrase.
Oh, God.
I wrote down one thing.
Oh, God.
So this has to be a winner, unless you guys have something better. Perka Sanders.
Kentucky Super Soaker.
There it is. Kentucky
Super Soaker. Wait, was that the?
No.
Okay.
Kentucky HVLP.
Kentucky
Had to be
KY
That's not the joke though.
HVLP.
You
Pick
had
one.
to be in the pre-show. You have to.
You
be
really
in
did.
the
Which you
pre-show.
really-
Paul
you really have to
Jackman
do.
came into the pre-show.
And he
this
dropped a
Paul
promo
Jackman.
Paul
code
Jackman
for his
came into the
website.
pre-show, everybody.
week. The
Everyone got
pre-show.
20% off.
Yeah,
No,
that's
this is not a
actually-
joke.
That's true.
This is not a
Paul
joke.
Jackman
Yeah,
dropped
Paul
into our
dropped.
pre-show. He dropped a 20% off code for any of his merch on his website.
No, his t-shirts and his long
t-shirt.
sleeve shirts on his website.
I stand corrected. I think we're going to
There's a lot
put
of other
that in
items
the
on
show
there.
notes, right?
Oh, we
are.
will.
Yes, it is Fauci.
Code phrase
All it is
Fauci.
Fauci.
Anyways,
One C.
that's
one eye.
enough pub for Paul. Me and him have beef.
You sure?
So our
Clag
code phrase is going to be Kentucky, and you can use the Kentucky abbreviation.
Just the state
KY.
abbreviation.
Yeah, just KY.
KY.
So you can send us KYHVLP to our email awpgiveaway@gmail.com. Thank you, Macbeth, for sponsoring yet another week.
How are you guys sponsored?
Sponsored. I need to pull that audio for sure.
So good.
Okay, well, this next question is
On
from
to the show.
It's from Sam Zook. He has this to say.
Hey fellas, it's Sam Zook at Heirloom Woodshop. I got a couple questions for you this week. First one, I've heard it come up a couple times in the show where you guys will be answering a question and you'll say something along the lines of, oh, that's a whole show on its own. Now, I know you guys normally, the format of the show is Q&A and you just answer audience questions all week. But have you considered doing periodic topic shows where you maybe answer one or two questions from the audience, but most of the show you're talking about a specific topic? My second question is totally separate. How much lumber do you guys generally keep on hand or like as inventory? Do you keep multiple species? Do you keep multiple thicknesses? Or, you know, like what I've been doing lately, because I don't have a whole lot of room in my shop for storage, is whenever I get a new project, I do the material estimate, I get acceptance from the client, and then I go and pick up that much lumber just for that project. And then that's it. I don't generally keep a whole lot of stock. So I just want to hear what you guys have and what your thoughts are. Thanks.
Let's roundtable the topics one first before we jump into the stock thing. So like early when we first started the show, we had topics. Yeah, we had topics kind of planned out. What happened was we started getting so many voicemails that got superseded. Like early on, we were like, we're going to discuss this on the show, and then we'd answer a question or two because that's all we'd get.
Yeah, we spent a few nights like kind of roundtabling topic ideas on what we were going to talk about.
Yep. And then it quickly just became a voicemail show, which was no complaint to us because it made it into a community show. Now we have also, I mean, a peek behind the curtain a little bit. Me, Dan, and Pete, we're actually going to have my CPA on the show in a month or 2 months or something like that. And we were actually going to take, since he's a certified public accountant, we were going to take questions for small business questions. And we were going to have people, because we don't like to answer tax related questions because we don't want to be sued. So we were going to bring him on. We were going to bring him on, and yeah, we don't care if he's no, he's actually a wonderful guy. Yeah. Oh yeah. So we were going to bring him on because we get a lot of those questions, and we kind of skirt around it because we really don't want to be held liable. I mean, we don't want to say something and give someone the wrong advice. It could be different from state to state. So we are trying to actually, I guess, reinstate that a bit into the show. We're going to also try to drive this. We're still going to have the questions, but it'll be like topical questions like that.
I think we'll probably just request like, hey, we're going to cover all things
ask your small business questions
or small business questions.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what we'll do. I think for 2021 a bit, just so we can kind of,
just another way to evolve the show.
Yeah. Just I'll mix up the format a little bit. So, and then lumber. Dan, why don't you go? Do you keep extra stock?
So if you watch my stories, you'll see a bunch of extra stock in the background. And that's not because I keep stock in case I get a client build. That's because I always order a little extra, and then anything that I don't use goes into that rack, and then I can pull from that to make smaller builds. So like I'll get a cutting board request, or I'll get, smaller projects, like a little table or something. I can pull from the rack. So to answer your question is, I buy what I need when I need it, but I always get a little extra. And that just comes from, whenever you're pricing a client build, I always add like 15% lumber. So like whenever I do the math on how much lumber I'm going to need, I'll add 15% or 20%. And that's where my stock comes from, quote unquote. Mike?
Well, if I was not, I don't want to say only in a derogatory word, but in a derogatory way, but if I was only doing commissions, I would have less stock. But I do have an Etsy store, and I need to be able to kind of fleet of my feet on those orders, because they need to turn around quick. So I actually do order enough. I keep a stock on purpose. I order enough stock to cover if I had X amount of orders. I have a lot more than I need right now for that, but I had made an initial order to go into the holidays, and I found myself short, and I had to run down and get a quick emergency order. I don't really want to do that again. I don't have time. That loses a whole like weekend morning for me, and I don't really have time for that anymore. So I usually just try to keep extra stock on hand. Also, if you own that stock, and you're not like paying, I mean, that's capital that you have basically. I mean, you have material on hand, you own that if you've paid for it. So if you can work that into your overhead, you have the ability to turn that into money in theory.
Exactly. So, and I want to add to that, like, I just had a brain fart. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Old man dementia. Go on.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, go ahead. I just had to.
Lumber prices typically go up. They don't go down very often. So if you could hold that stock and you could buy enough of it like early on, and then like you don't have to replenish it for a couple months, you're kind of ahead of the game, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. No, for sure. I mean, if you have the space and you can make it work with your business model, it's something that's very smart to do.
Yes.
It also takes up a lot of space in smaller shops. So I have mine totally maxed out, and I even have a stack of wood next to my CNC that I think I can probably, after this weekend, stack into the racks and get kind of organized. So I keep it in there just because I need to be able to turn orders around really quick, because I do get the orders on the Etsy. And also it's just kind of nice to be able to just not have to make a trip to the lumber yard and pull it off my own racks. So if you can do it, it's nice. Pete?
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said. The one thing is, so like Dan
Of course you do.
keeps a little extra. Calm down. Dan keeps a little extra of kind of anything he buys. Now, granted, if I'm doing a larger commission, I'm, like he said, 15% over. But if it's a wood that I commonly work with, like if it's a walnut or maple or more recent, calm down. More recently, like ash. I've been working with a lot with ash for just, it's kind of become like just my
I like ash.
throwaway wood. I use it for like every hardwood basic like shop project or whatever that I might need and stuff around the house because just nice solid wood. And I'll buy that extra. I'll get, okay, I'm getting three full boards. I'm gonna get a fourth one or maybe a fifth one because I know I'm gonna use that. Most of the commissions I take on are smaller, so it's always nice to have that stuff. Now, if I'm doing a bunch of stuff, let's say in teak, I'm gonna order just a little bit over and work that into the price. And yeah, I might end up with like half a small board left, but I'm not gonna be stocking teak in my shop because I never have use for it. So just more of the common woods that I use.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to have like an ebony billet laying around. Like, why? Just to brag.
You laugh, but I have this
ebony over here.
I have this thick piece of, I don't even know what it is. It's dark and it's super heavy. I got it in one of my like massive tool hauls. It's not walnut. Like I thought it was ebony for a while, but I'm like, it's too thick and too wide. That's what she said.
There
but,
are jokes.
But like, I don't know what it is. And I need to play around with it.
Be mature.
I'm really when?
Since we got rid of Keith, I figured somebody needs to be mature around here.
But yeah, I actually put it in storage because I'm like, I have no idea what this is. I'm not going to use it anytime soon. It's going to storage. I'm not using it. But I don't want to sell it.
All right. It'd be hard to sell, especially since you don't know what it is.
It's probably dark pine.
Wood.
Dark wood.
Dark wood. This next question is from Tyler Isaacs. And by next question, I mean last question.
Yo, what's up, fellas? Tyler Isaacs here, Wood and Whiskers Trading Co. Coming to you with the question this week. Are you guys looking to attend any conferences or wood workshops? With COVID, it's a bit dynamic this week, but it'd be really cool to see you at MakerCon or Workbench. Thanks, guys.
Guys, are we going to try to go to any cons?
I don't know.
What is this Workbench he's talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, it's MakerCon and Workbench.
Maker Workbench?
Yeah. We're what is it Maker Fair?
Yeah.
That he's talking about?
Well,
I think so.
Maker Fair.
Is that still happening? I thought that dissolved and became bankrupt.
It got bought out and they're trying to bring it back because it's
man, we should totally do that. That'd be dope.
Don't they usually hold that in San Fran?
There's
one in
New
San
York.
Francisco and then somewhere else, right? New York.
Yeah.
The one in San Francisco is actually south of the city, so it's by where my sister and brother.
By the way,
it's not bad.
I haven't brought this up with you guys, but I've been thinking about making a DDWW con, and we're gonna hold it at Ethnic Sandwiches in Omaha. What do you think?
I'm in. Flights out there like $140 round trip right now. I will go out there right now.
No, but they pay you $125 to go.
They will put money in my right.
You have to fly to Omaha. Come on.
Yeah, obviously, if they have the Maker Cons this year, we're going. Especially
we want to in a safe way, but we want to. Hopefully, things are turning around right now. Things are looking up.
We not only want to go to cons, but we want to actually hold our own con at least one this year. So it'd just be more of a meetup, but there wouldn't be like speakers. Maybe there would be speakers.
No, when you say con, you mean like we're going to try to con people out of their money.
Oh yeah, we're going to try to sell them like in a pyramid scheme for sure. Our bond or whatever.
Come to the AWP Ponzi scheme. Come on down.
No, we're definitely.
It's not what you think. No. You make money when they give you money,
right?
And then you give that money to us, but you're making money too.
I got this idea. We're gonna workshop this right here. Calling cards. I think we could sell AWP calling cards.
What's a calling card?
Let's talk. It's an old person thing. I don't know.
The hot news.
What is it?
Calling cards.
Is that like what a villain?
What a calling card is?
Oh like what a villain leaves behind after a crime?
No,
yeah, like
the Joker's got the Joker card.
You buy to call a long distance. Jeez.
The Dunlap leaves like one cheese curd.
That sounds so old, man.
Oh my goodness. There goes that joke.
Wow, that was good. That was good stuff. I'm definitely gonna.
Yeah, it's what's the timestamp?
I'm gonna actually edit that into the show 3 times. Just randomly, Dan's gonna make that joke.
I'm gonna lobby
in the middle of the giveaway.
AWP calling cards to be the show title this week.
No, we'll for sure gonna be Keith gets fired. No, I mean, we're definitely going to try to do those, man. It's very important to us. I mean, honestly, like as soon as all these restrictions let up, there's several makers. I mean, I want to go out and see Dan again. I want to go see Pete. There's a few other guys. There's Pat Lap. I don't know if you know Pat Lap. I want to fly up to Canada and see that dude. There's a dude out in New York, out by not too far from Pete, actually. His name's Cam Design. I've been talking to that guy for a year. I've been wanting to go to his shop. He has a beautiful shop outside the city I want to go see. There's a bunch of people I want to go see. So, but the AWP boys are definitely doing something.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's happening. We will figure out how to make it happen. And we just really want that to happen. We're going to try to get brands on board to sponsor things, and not just giveaway stuff, but like really like educational stuff, like a real actual like woodworking get together.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all for the show. I mean, you just want to BS for a few minutes? This is a shorty. It's 50 minutes right now. We're at 58 minutes in, but
let's talk about Keith and his exit.
No. I really want to read that email so bad.
Well, did we do the written questions, or was that?
Oh yeah,
we did have a written question.
Oh my goodness. I dropped the ball on that one, you guys.
Craig Murphy. Dan's gonna load that up now. No, I'm just gonna stall while you do that. Dan's gonna load up the Another Woodshop Podcast Instagram account to pull up a question. We don't normally take questions from the Another Woodshop Podcast Instagram account. We would normally take a voicemail, but this week we're pretty lean on questions. And oh, look, Dan's got it. I'm gonna go look at TikTok now.
I didn't even notice. We're stalling.
Okay, so we got a question through our Instagram DMs from Craig Murphy. He says, "Hey guys, I've been listening for months as my new shop and house renovations are completed. We're going to do a live edge walnut top island with a cutout for a sink. I love the look of a deep satin finish. I'm hoping you guys can give some thoughts on finishing this. Odie's, Rubio, something else? I'm pretty new to all this and strictly a hobbyist, so an explanation for a third grader would be helpful. Thanks a bunch." Hey, Craig, thanks for writing in. Appreciate it. And like Mike said, we don't usually take questions through our DMs on Instagram, but we're feeling extra nice this week. So I'm going to throw
more experience. Well, I want to ask you, you have more experience with Rubio. Would that be a good product for that situation? I really don't know.
I really think it would. I mean, Rubio was innovated, or not innovated.
For buckets. For waterproofing buckets. I just made that up. That's not true.
It's really
so niche.
I was like,
they really cornered the wooden bucket niche.
Rubio was initially made for protecting wood floors. You know, floors tend to get a lot of traffic and they take a lot of abuse. So,
and how many coats of that would you do?
Well, it's called Rubio monocoat.
He did ask for a third grader answer.
2 coats.
If anyone can bring the question, it's Pete.
Listen, no, hang on. Well, hang on.
No, one
to
coat.
Be fair,
you can do one
coat. A lot of people think monocoat is just like a type of name, but like it literally means one coat.
Yeah,
mono. It took me a couple months to figure that out personally, but I'm just, it's for our listeners.
Oh, no, Polish. Oh. I mean, I think Rubio would be good. I would say Odie's, but you're gonna have a long cure time with Rubio as well. You're gonna have a 21-day cure time with Odie's. But man, I can 100% attest to the fact that stuff is waterproof. I've done it after that cure time, that stuff, this water just falls right off of it. I think you could get away with I know you can get away with a varnish, like a good, like a conversion varnish, I would imagine would work really well. I know that Halcyon would work really well.
I mean, I've done counters with
top
pipe on poly even.
But that wouldn't give you the satin look you're looking for, I don't think.
Wouldn't a wipe on poly eventually blister and start to get that water marking?
Yeah.
No, Pete did.
Oh, well,
poly wouldn't be good.
No,
don't listen to Pete.
I've used poly.
Poly will get the water staining on it. If I remember, no, not true.
I mean, listen, when it cures, as long as it's in a climate control. I mean, it's going to be inside a house. Not like it's going to get any crazy temperature swings. I'm assuming they're not going to like put hot pots on this thing, but
once it cures, you gotta assume that might happen. I mean, countertops.
To be fair, that could happen with almost any finish.
True.
But
here's the thing about a Rubio or an Odie's finish. It's super easy to fix.
Yeah,
like if that were to happen, you can sand it, refinish it, and it'll blend right in perfectly. And I
wouldn't use lacquer. I wouldn't use lacquer
I wouldn't
because
use
if you spill
lacquer.
alcohol on there, it's going to break back down.
Mhm.
I think the same thing happens with epoxy. No, because they do bar tops
No.
with alcohol, so
That's
there's
why-
no chance.
That's why I mentioned bar
So,
top epoxy.
yeah,
It's
but
super
bar top
durable.
epoxy would be
Actually, yeah,
killer
tabletop
for that.
epoxy would probably be very good for that. You're right.
So,
I mean, it's the same.
yeah, if you got like tabletop epoxy, would be golden, I think. But I think Odie's would be good. I think Rubio would be good.
A lot
I
of
think
options.
a varnish would be good. There's a lot of options. Yeah, I think it depends on what you want it to do. I think that, I don't think Odie's is going to last as long as some other options. I don't think Rubio is going to last as long as some other options.
Yep.
But you're almost assured to need to refinish a top like that at some point. So do you want to think about, you might want to think about using a finish that when you do need to go back and refinish it, that it's going to be easy to do, because it's almost certainly going to happen. Now, if you're flipping the house and selling it, get out of there. So sell that thing and put whatever on there, and they can deal with it. So
Put vegetable oil on it. Just get out.
yeah. And I think that's where we're going to do this other question.
Let's do the other.
Let's do this other question. We had another question. It was asking how to heat the shop, and they went into us. We work with the doors open. I think speaking specifically about Dan, I haven't really opened up my garage doors during the winter at all, or cool time. Not nearly as cold here as where Dan and Pete live. So, I mean, I'll answer for me real quick because I don't have any comprehensive heating set up. I just have a little radiant heater. It's an oil radiant heater. It's not super fast. The coldest my shop ever gets is like in the 40s, but I'll turn that thing on and it'll get me up to like 61. So, Dan.
Number one, my shop is an insulated 2-car garage, so that's nice. Well, it's insulated on 3 sides, but on the 4th side, it's a cinder block wall, so that's not really insulated. But there's a lot of stuff over there that kind of breaks up the coldness of the cement block. My shop is heated by a 240-volt heater I got from Menards. I don't remember the brand name, but it does really well.
Mastercraft. Masterforce?
It's not Masterforce, believe it or not. I think it's like a King or something. It was a
Heat
fairly no, I think it's just King.
Keith King.
Anyway, it does great. It can actually keep my shop at about 65 to 70 degrees, even when it's 0 degrees outside.
Way too hot.
He mentioned. Well, yeah, that's way too hot. I don't need it that.
But it can do it.
It can do it.
Flex.
Yeah, I'm absolutely flexing over here. However, I do open my doors a lot because my dog will come out to the shop with me, and he enjoys going outside, and I baby my dog. If you follow me on Instagram, you know about Max, and he's my little shop partner. So
yeah,
I will open the doors and let him go outside and run back and forth and do his thing. And then, when it's super cold, I bring him back in and I shut the doors. So here's the thing. When you heat your shop up and everything gets to like a decent ambient temperature, you can open your doors every now and then for a couple of minutes. And you're not going to lose a whole lot of heat because everything in your shop has that ambient temperature. Everything's not just going to drop off. It's just the air that's going to get a little cold. What's difficult about heating a shop is heating up all the things in your shop. Everything holds coldness, especially all the cast iron. So that's really what you're heating up, all that cast iron stuff. So once that becomes like a warmer temperature and the ambient temperature gets up, it's not so hard to heat up the shop if you have your doors open for 5-10 minutes. See what I'm saying? Science. So that's what I do.
Not like good old Nebraska science.
You live with the cold. You understand how it works.
Ethnic sandwiches. Pete, what do you do?
Tell us your situation, Pete.
So I just got an upgrade in my heating situation. I had a small 110 volt heater that was okay, but that thing pretty much had to run for like an hour before I got in the shop to bring it up to temp. And then, pretty much nonstop while I was in the shop. And it would never really get, like, when it's cold like this right now, like it's in the 20s outside, it would never get in like solid 60s, even with running all day. Now I have a 30 volt, which is really like a 24 volt 220. I'm sorry, 220 volt, 30 amp.
30 amp.
Yeah, amp heater.
Runs off 7 batteries.
It's right. This thing. So compared to the old one was 1500 watt. The new one is 5600 watts. And everyone's like, "Oh, get prepared to like, pay a ton of money for this thing because it's going to cost you all this money." I'm like, it turns on once an hour for like 5 minutes. Once it brings up to, and it'll take maybe 20, 25 minutes, it gets it up to 65 and it just coasts. And if I wanted it hotter, like when Emma's in there, 'cause she's from Florida, she's weird, she cranks it up. So she wants it a little warmer. But
I can imagine seeing someone putting a heater in their shop and feeling the need to tell them to worry about their power bill. Good life.
But yeah, it really, I mean, I'll see what the power bill is like, but I'm not expecting it to be any worse. It's 220, it's pulling more amps, but
pulling less amps.
It was pulling.
Right. Then the other one. Yeah. I understand. Understood. Yeah. Sorry,
pulling more power, but it's working like a quarter of the time. So it's going to be fine. Even if it's a slightly bigger upgrade, I'm able to get more in a shop. I run it for 15 minutes and I'm getting
the thing to be sized right for the space it's trying to heat. Mine is not sized right. I should probably upgrade, but I want to move, so I don't really care. So.
And one of the best heating upgrades that I actually made for my shop is putting, for most of my shop is covered now with the foam floor from Harbor Freight, which you can get some better ones out there. That's fairly cheap stuff. You can get some really good stuff. And that genuinely, I feel the difference even in my, standing in my shoes, standing on the concrete floor over standing on that foam flooring. I don't feel the cold coming into my shoes. My feet aren't cold standing in that.
It's because that foam flooring insulates your floor.
Exactly. It definitely keeps, and Dan was absolutely right. It's you're warming up the tools that are there. So that's my solution. I highly recommend it. Also, if you want a 20% off affiliate code, hit me up for New Air.
Just say it.
Shameless plug. No, you have to I have to send you a link. It's one of those.
Oh, it's a link.
Yeah. Put it in I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah. There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
Let's ribbity wrap it up. Big thanks to MIRKA. Thank you.
Go into any more detail on that question?
No. Nope.
I want to, but Pete is being the voice of reason. So big thank you to MIRKA for sponsoring the show. We really appreciate them very much. It's always great working with them. Big thank you to our patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Give us the 5-star review if you haven't. We are pretty sure that may or may not help. We don't really know.
It definitely helps.
We think it. I don't think so. We think it helps with our chart positioning for the week. I'm pretty sure that's it. Because our downloads are actually up and our chart positions have gone down, but we haven't had reviews. So I think we hit a different.
What was our chart position this week?
Today we hit really 69. Nice. So that was really cool in the United States. But yeah, big thank you to everyone who supports the show. Keep sharing the show. We really appreciate you doing that so much. It really does help spread the word. It just helps. People see, if you're taking time out of your day. Well, let me say this first. If you feel like you want to recommend the show, we appreciate it. If you could do that, that'd be great. It really goes a long way to share the show. It helps us a lot. So thank you to everyone who does that already. And if you could do that, that would help. And I think that's it.
Hey, my shirt's shipped from Jackman.
I don't think
mine too.
People got this, but if you found anything that Keith said offensive, just know that he's been fired.
He does not work here anymore. Bye, Keith.
He does not.
Keith is gone.
Stupid Keith.
Keith from accounting. Gone.
All right.
Do we love them?
Let's chip
big time.
Chip out of here and
bye.
Bye.
Love you long time.
Dan has to say it because otherwise Mike gets mad.
I just said
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Little cowbell.
All right. Love you. Bye.
I'm gonna say it again. Love you long time. Bye.